When you look around, the same people that's in your community, why are these people higher than we are? Why, when these Venezuelans do bring their little Taco Bell eating ass over here,
That's funny.
Black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black.
I'm getting back to the story. So, daughter rape and all those things like that. And just the bottom line, didn't get the help from the office. I told you this old lady, I'm not going to even call him a police officer, this old fool, didn't read this man his Miranda rights. He ended up lawyering up, they couldn't use his testimony, his statement, because she never read the boy his Miranda rights. I told you throughout the time he didn't want my daughter to testify. They kept going back and forth, harassing my daughter and I. I would have to walk my daughter to school. It got bad. Even with the girl, I remember one day I had walked my daughter to school, and I had taken some time off of work because I couldn't get myself together. I put my daughter in school, and I think I got a call, not even before I got up the block or whatever. The guy in this council had called me and asked me to come back to get my daughter because the girl was teasing her. Now, this is the girl that set her up, right? Had to go get my daughter, and I just didn't let my daughter go back to school. I ended up eventually, the bottom line is resigning from my job because that's how bad it got. You know how you keep having nightmares about it and stuff like that. I couldn't unsee what I seen. And then, you have like these murderous thoughts about going to jail. And I know if I had done anything to this man and his family, you know what I mean? At the same token, I had to think about my daughter. I don't think I had let my son know anything because, and I didn't let too many people know anything. I didn't let my, nephews and all of them know because I didn't want them running this guy down and stuff. But the bottom line, eventually we had to end up leaving our home. That's how bad it got. Because they had started coming all types of nights, and my building didn't even have a lock on the door. A lot of this that my family didn't even know. We had to end up going into a domestic violence shelter. And I told you, losing my job or leaving my job, my daughter out of school, and it's just like in just that instant, our whole life was uprooted. Just nothing filled with court. I remember. I think the first time we had gone to court, here go this girl. I think this so-called detective was saying that they was going to use her to testify, use her testimony and not charge her or whatever. You know what I mean? So she comes in there with her family. And, I'm not trying to be funny, but they come in there and my daughter is looking. I don't understand why. Because even down to when we finally did got one of these assigned lawyers or whatever, district attorney or whatever the lady was to advocate for my daughter, she wasn't doing shit because she was a young girl fresh out of college. All she cared about is all that makeup on her face, like doing her makeup. Just stupid. I'm telling you, some people, I'm telling you, when my daughter first met with her, you sitting there talking about makeup. You see my daughter don't have that shit on her face. And just stupid shit. And then talking about boyfriends and how she going on vacation. Just a waste. Well, anyway, she didn't do shit for my daughter's case. We end up losing anyway, but that's I'll get there. So we're sitting there. She's so stupid. They opposed to us sitting apart because of, the history with the case or whatever. They put us all in the same room. Now, here comes the mother, the father. I think it was her two sisters or her sister and brother, and then her. I'm telling you, within like 2 seconds, the whole room was stink. These were some old, I'm telling you, foundational African-American people and stuff like that. Some old country stinking people, I'm telling you. Had the whole room stink. Now, the father comes in the room. That's why when I look back now, I don't know why I let my blood pressure. I'm telling you, I had to end up taking blood pressure medicine when you want to really hurt somebody and okay, you know what I mean? If I do this, then A, B, C, it will happen. You know what I mean? Just holding out those things and running my pressure up. So sitting there and stuff like that, he's laughing, the father. So when I look back on it now and stuff, the whole family was sick. Even the mother standing there. You know, they look like, to me, the black version of the Hills Have Eyes. Remember that movie Hills Have Eyes? Now, just darken the color of their skin. Imagine that shit walking into the office. So when I looked back now, I should have been horrified. Because I don't know if all the family members, when they was born, ate paint. Because looked like they had some lead paint poisoning, like some kind of retardation shit going on. And I'm not knocking people that have. These people, I'm telling you, just sitting there laughing and then pointing at us. To the point where it's that when they, of course, eventually I said something. And then I guess like the way I was speaking, almost like screaming. Because I'm telling you, if I could have got a coat hanger, if I could have got something into the court home, I'm telling you, it would have been a different story. You got this big belly, crazy, funky man sitting across from you laughing. She's sitting there laughing. Mom's sitting there laughing. The daughter's giggling. All these Hills Have Eyes, crazy ass black folks. I'm looking at that. So that's okay. Then the security come in. And then eventually took them out of the room. I think the girl went and testified. But the bottom line is this. When we kept going back and forth to court, they knew that we was in the DV shelter. The end of the day was, and that's, I think, from there, and it's been a while. My life haven't even been the same. Because it is almost like, when you're going through stuff, you believe in the system. You believe the system is right if you do right. You know what I mean? Me working, single parent, doing my thing, maintaining for my kids and stuff like that. Trying to help others. Because, you know what I mean? And at the time, and still now, if I be honest with myself, I don't want to go out and make $1 million. You know what I mean? And if you're within my community, I didn't look at whether you black or Spanish and this, that, and another. Let me pull this one up. Let me get my people together. And I think that's the sad part about it, is that we thought everybody was for us. And we'll look out for anybody. But these people, they come over here with a specific plan. They would tell you they for you. But in their heart, they're looking out for their own kind. Puerto Ricans and Puerto Ricans all day. I'm going to bring them up before I bring anybody else up. We don't have that. We never had that. We think, okay, because you're in our community, we bring everybody up. And that's the mistake we made. Because the same people we fought to bring up, is the same people don't want to lend a hand to pull us up when we're down. We're still at the bottom. These are the people that got up on our back, climbed up on our back. Now they're on top. It's almost like all your life you've been feeding a fucking snake. Now the shit is coming back to bite you. And it's sad. So when he stands up there with his Brillo pad head, and the Trump, and I'm a Trump, and Trump, don't believe the hype, Trump. You understand what I'm saying? Come look in our community. See where you see your foundation of African Americans at. You don't see us nowhere. You know what I mean? They always want to tag onto us when it's a benefit. You know what I mean? But back in the days, y'all didn't put out nothing when, during the slavery. You know what I mean? If that was the time back then and there, if we had to tell y'all to come get these whips and chains, everybody would be standing back. But when we talk about reparation, everybody want to move one step forward. Anything that benefit them, they want to move one. We black too. You know what I mean? When they was giving out those little checks or whatever, those binding checks or whatever, giving those checks out, everybody black. You know what I mean? Everybody foundation to the lemon land. Now they talking about reparation. Yeah, we black too. Remember back in there? Remember I rap too. I break dance too. You know what I mean? Yeah, we all one big nigga. Remember? We partied together. And then it's like, when you look at it and stuff like that, I blame us. The bottom line, it's our fault. Because we always want somebody to go along, to get along with us. We always tagging another tribe with us. Sometimes we have to stand on our own. I'm telling you, do for self. And I'm not saying I would never, help nobody. I mean, it's human nature. Because we're the original children from God. Why not? It's in us. We can't help ourselves. But I'm saying, as we helping other people, make sure we help ourselves. We've been feeding everybody else and forgot to feed ourselves. Now we getting ready to fucking faint, and nobody is here to help us. So I would tell Trump, this message is for Trump. Since you want to stand up there to talk about we one big nigga, hear from this big nigga too. You know what I mean? Because I beg to differ. And I tell Trump to take a tour through the Bronx. Even when you was in that dirty ass park, giving your speech, go look at that park on the 4th of July. Go look on that park every day and see how many immigrants out there and see how they tear that park up. That Katona Park, go look in there on a Saturday. Take a picture of it. Have somebody go by, and this is for Trump. Go to Katona Park. Have the people take a picture of your people when they're out there Saturday. You got all Haitians, Dominicans, Spanish, Africans even got their ass out there. Muslims out there barbecuing. You come back Sunday morning, everything that they ate is still out there for the rats to eat. I'm talking even down to pieces of cake, half-eaten cake, chicken. The grill is sometimes still burning. This is how nasty these people are. They use our country as a dumping ground. And like I was telling my son, I said, okay, before I start my YouTube channel, I'm going to give 100 reasons why he should close the border and keep that shit closed. And then I prefer him to push everybody else back over there. Let's be selective as to who we bring over here. I can give you 100 reasons why that shit should be shut down. The dirt that you bring in. You know what I mean? And then we advocate for these people. These people are not for us. They come in our community. We should have some say-so before they come over here. I'm telling you, these people are over here running a fucking muck. You know what I mean? And I'm not just talking about, people like to say the Venezuelans. No, it's a lot of other people over here besides the Venezuelans. So before the summer end, I'm going to try to give y'all 100 reasons why this border should stay closed. But this story I just gave you now took up 50 of the damn reasons. My daughter being raped by a foreigner. And the thing is, I don't know if I told you, the judge, the final thing is, he told my daughter that, and got the nerve to tell me that too. He's been coming, I think, for a year or whatever. We've been going to court. He hasn't gotten any kind of trouble. And I would just, hope that you would move on and, let this go. I just really don't want to mess up his life. I couldn't even believe it. You know what I mean? And just from there, like this, I never had no American dream, but this thing where it seemed like our whole life was over. So, the plans on, getting, a supervisor job, the plans on buying a new car, the plans on buying a house, none of those things happened. You understand what I'm saying? So I went to school all, my life to get my bachelor's degree. And, to do all this training and this, that, and other. Like I told you, I was a foster parent, caseworker, love my job, would do anything for anybody. Ate, slept, casework. Was sitting home doing progress notes, still this, that, and other. Calling my clients on the weekend, trying to make sure they okay. Praying to God none of my kids died on the weekend. I love my job. Even, when I was a substance abuse counselor and stuff like that, making sure my clients is okay. If they didn't have shoes, this, that, and other. Just going out my way to doing the most to try to, because I want you to have, regardless of your color. And it's sad that we have to think differently today. You know what I mean? Especially if we're not built like that. It's not in our heart to look, at color and stuff like that when we trying to help people. I'm talking about God's children. You know what I mean? We look past that. The color of your skin. You know what I mean? The hate that you have in your heart. Trying to show you different. And then this shit has come back to bite me in my behind. Now I'm sitting here, went through a major nervous breakdown. My daughter has had, I think, 6 or 7 suicide attempts. Had so many seizures behind that. I think that was probably about 4 years ago, went on a cardiac arrest. I think my daughter went on the cardiac arrest in New York Presbyterian 14 times in that day. My daughter is 26 years old, has a heart defibrillator. You understand what I'm saying? Has around the clock care, which is myself. I can't even go to work. So just the trickling down effect. And, you know, I don't know. When you put so much out, and then, sometimes I sit back and I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? I know I should have been somewhere higher. You know what I mean? And then I don't regret, like, taking care of my daughter or anything like that. I think when I look at it and stuff like that, it makes me saddened when I look and see where it's that the same people that you fought for, these people don't care about you. When you look around thinking that you're making a change for the better, and then see that these people still don't like you, regardless as to what you do. These people play on your kindness. You understand? They you think because these people are within your community, they'll fight the same way that you will fight for them. When you look around, the same people that's in your community, why are these people higher than we are? Why, when these Venezuelans do bring their little Taco Bell eating ass over here, you understand what I'm saying? Within a month, they're driving an F-150. In a month, they're giving them Section 8 or giving them voucher programs. These are the things that we allow.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.